Africa, one of the wildest regions in the world. Throughout its long history, many conquerors have come to Africa to try to tame it. The Phoenicians, Romans, Jews, Arabs, Turks, and Europeans all had tried to tame the dark continent. From the Atlas mountain range in northern Africa to the tip of South Africa, colonists and conquerors have shaped the culture of this land. But it took more than brute force to pacify the beast. Islamic missionaries' conduct not only brought peace to the land, it also won the natives' hearts. Among the well-known names that resonate throughout Africa is the Muslim missionary Uqba ibn Nafi. He is revered throughout the Mediterranean Africa in Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, and Libya, extending through Eastern Africa in Sudan, Ethiopia, and Tanzania, down to the Cape of Good Hope at the southern tip of Africa. Our journey into Islamic Africa begins at the Red Sea, the shore from where Islam spread. We enter the land of Abyssinia, but Muslims were not the first inhabitants of this land. Ethiopia. This was where Cush founded his kingdom after the fall of Babel. Cush was the son of Ham and grandson of Noah. Abyssinia was also the home of Queen Sheba, famous for her alliance with King Solomon. Today's Ethiopia is starkly different from the ancient land of the Quranic patriarchs. Before the arrival of Islam, the Christians came to Ethiopia in the 4th century and subdued many people to the Catholic Orthodox Church. The first Muslims in Ethiopia settled in the town of Harar on the western coast, directly across from where Islam began in the 7th century. The local residents called this town the window into the past. The Adal Islamic government was established in 1363 and separated itself from Ethiopia. Harar was made its capital in the 16th century. Between 1555 and 1567, the Muslim ruler of Harar, Amir Barakat, erected a wall around the city to protect its inhabitants. He had built 5 main gates along the wall to represent the 5 pillars of Islam. Each gate leads directly into the town center, where the city folk congregate. There are also 99 mosques in the town to represent the 99 names of Allah. In 1887, Harar was taken back and became part of Ethiopia again. Ethiopia has enjoyed a most intimate relationship with Islam. Some of the earliest disciples of the Prophet Muhammad found refuge here when persecuted in Arabia. An Ethiopian named Bilal was the first muezzin calling the faithful to prayer in the Prophet's time. The rural Ethiopian way of life has remained largely agricultural. Here, at the village of Tigray, the people continued to farm the land as their forefathers did. Traces of famine in the early 80s have all but disappeared. The barley crop helped support the economy of the Tigrawese. The Tigrawese speak Tigrina, a Semitic language akin to Arabic and Hebrew, another ethnic group. The Amhara also speaks a Semitic language that is widely used in eastern and central Ethiopia. Today, Amharic is recognized as the national language of Ethiopia. Makalele is the capital city of the Tigray region in northern Ethiopia. Villages scattered around Makalele reveal the Islamic history of Ethiopia. This mosque in Negash village is the center of activity for the Muslims. Negash is considered the first Islamic village in Ethiopia. The mosque is the final resting place of King Ashan al-Negash and 14 companions of the Prophet. A book at the mausoleum logs the names of the companions in the Tigrina language. As Islam expanded in Ethiopia, Christianity began to lose its grip on the people. It's Christmas Day in Addis Ababa, but Ethiopians celebrate it as their New Year. Addis Ababa in the Abyssinian language means new flower. These fireworks mark a befitting start for a city founded more than 100 years ago. Addis Ababa, the largest city in Ethiopia, was declared the capital in 1889. Although the Orthodox Christian tradition here has remained strong, they only make up 40% of the population. Muslims make up 45%, while animists and other religions the remaining 15%. Addis Ababa is located at the mingling point of northern Ethiopian Christians and southern Muslims. The Anur Mosque is where 10,000 Muslims come to pray. The clock of the mosque shows 8 hours since the sunrise, according to Islamic time calculation that follows the movement of the sun. This measurement was used in the day of Prophet Muhammad and had become the tradition of many Arabic nations. It was said that the people of Merowe were the first to be called Ethiopiae, or burnt faces, by the Greeks. Merowe was an ancient kingdom established at the confluence of the White Nile and the Blue Nile in the 6th century. Today, Merowe is part of Sudan, Ethiopia's neighbor in the west. Sudan is a large country in Central Africa. Its inhabitants consist of a mix of Arab and African descent. The capital city, Khartoum, has been the center of economic activity for the region for more than 3 millennia. This is where the clear waters of the Blue Nile converge with the milky silt of the White Nile, creating a rich affluence for aqua and agriculture. This river is known for its deposits of tilapia and Nile perch. Even though Sudan has a coastline for saltwater fishing, the people prefer freshwater fish from the Nile River. The River Nile meanders across the barren desert on its way north into the Mediterranean Sea. Amidst the shifting sands of the Sahara lies the ancient city of Merowe. This is the final resting place of the last 20 Merowe kings and 8 queens. The Merowe kingdom was founded in 800 BC, succeeding the Nubian Empire for 1,000 years before. This necropolis is a testimony to the civilization that parallels the Egyptian pyramids of Giza. Since the 1920s, archaeologists have been unearthing a sophisticated world that astounded even the most learned scholars. They were found to be skilled in ironworks. But the most important development of the Merowe civilization is the creation of its own alphabet. These hieroglyphics are found all over the Merovian tombs, but the writings have still not been properly understood. The Europeans have invaded these tombs for many centuries, destroying the pyramid tops and looting the gold that was supposed to be stored in them. European domination over this land had resulted in Islamic uprising against their conquerors. The Caliph's house at Omdurman. This is the home of Caliph Abdullah al-Mahdi. He is recognized as the father of independence in Sudan. This was where he clashed with the British colonists in 1821. He is still very much revered among the Sudanese for his bravery and his fervency in resurrecting Islam among the people. His tomb is a historical monument for the Sudanese. Only important visitors and heads of state were allowed to enter into this place. It is clear that Al-Mahdi's efforts had inspired the people to uphold Islam. These people are holding a worship session in the Sufi tradition. They are celebrating the initiation of new believers in the Sufi sect of Islam. The faith of the people has remained strong in Islam. The guidance of religious teachers like Al-Mahdi has helped the people remember their past and prepare for the future. This is Tanzania, the largest nation in Africa. This country, however, is well known for what the Changa tribe call Kibur and Mawenzi. To us,